I'm going to start this off with a quote. The best chance you have, if you want to rise to the top, is to give yourself over to loneliness, fear nothing, and work hard. One thing you'll discover is that life is less than you thought about what you learned along the way, and much more than you thought about what you had inside of you right from the beginning. Bret the Hitman Hart, from his Hall of Fame speech. I think I messed it up, but the point of it is that success is about you and what you are inside, what your heart is. Goodbye, Robin Williams. Good night, Sweet Prince. I remember him first from his show, Mork and Mindy, that whole Nanu Nanu. He played an alien, which is interesting from the standpoint of modern conspiracy theory, which I'm not going to get into. He was a Jew from Hollywood. He was in that part of that culture. He made movies in Hollywood. So I don't know how much he got caught up into that culture. I don't know what he was about. I didn't watch his career that closely. I wasn't a big fan of his comedy, to be frank. And the only movie that I saw of his that I really liked was the movie that he made, that Saul Bellow wrote about Seize the Day. I believe that was the name of it, Seize the Day, about a salesman. And in that, he played a guy that was suckered into a day trading scheme by George Costanza's father. I forgot his name, Jerry. I'm just getting up from my Seroquel high, so I can't remember too much. Anyway, George Costanza's father. You know who I'm talking about. He played the role. He was stunning in that, great role. But anyway, he got that. It wasn't a comedic role, and at the end, he really got screwed. I mean, that was the whole thing. If anybody would have committed suicide for being bad situations, it would have been that character in that movie, because he had run out of money and his dad disowned him because he had gotten enough money from his dad, and he really was in trouble. And I'm sure the guy rebounded, because psychiatrists and psychologists will say that you can suffer a lot of harm and get over it, but if you go through something minor, that may set you over the edge, because we're set up to take tragedies in our brains, in our evolution. So anyway, he went through his career. He was a funny guy. He later in his career, he did serious roles. I did like him a lot in Good Will Hunting. I like Good Will Hunting a lot. He played a psychiatrist. I liked him a lot in that role. I don't really remember the movie too well, but I remembered that I liked him, and I liked the movie, and I liked the role. I like Matt Damon. He's a very, very handsome person. Like him a lot. But let me get to the controversial thing. I don't think that Mr. Williams committed suicide. I think it was an accident. I think he was masturbating. And I think that Mr. George Carlin explained this in one of his comedic routines, that if you're about to pass out from suicide, from choking, your orgasm will be intense. You know, it's like these people who could take LSD that now want to take DMT because LSD is not good enough. You know, I'm sorry, jerking off is good enough. I don't need any more than that. So I don't think I'll be following Mr. Williams. It's not going to make me curious to do that, and it's not going to make me kill myself, because the message they're sending out now is the guy killed himself, even though he was made billions of dollars, and he made all kinds of movies, and that wasn't good enough. And the implication is, well, here you are struggling down there in Green Bay, Wisconsin, or Appleton, Wisconsin, and your life sure as hell ain't good enough, so you might as well kill yourself. That's the message that's out there. Period. Now, they can get up there and get on ABC News and CBS and Fox and MSNBC, CNBC, The Guardian, BBC, Al Jazeera, whatever. They can get on there and say that, but that's the message. The message, the medium was a guy choked himself, and that means the message is your life ain't worth a shit, because he was worth like thousands of times more than you were. That's the message. Well, that's not the message. The message was he was jerking off and he had an accident. Don't jerk off choking yourself. That's the message. That's the meaning. Now, I know that wasn't pleasant, and I know a lot of people might have left, but that's okay. It's fine. I just want to say that no matter what happened, he was a great man. Period. He was a great humorist. He was a great friend. And he's gone. And the world is never going to be the same. But his spirit will take off. You know, I don't believe in I don't believe in death. I don't believe in all that stuff. Who were you before you were born? Where are you going after you die? You know, what's going on with you? Where are you going to go? What does this all mean? I don't know. I don't know. He's going to incarnate again if it takes 1,000,000 years. And it won't matter because he'll be black darkness. Then one day he'll live again. Whatever it does and however it works, I don't care. And I quoted Harry Dean Stanton back there. He's my #1 guru, Harry Dean Stanton. Shout out to Harry Dean Stanton. I hope Mr. Stanton won't be making a statement on this, but he knew what happened. If he wanted to know, he could find out. Exactly. So, anyway, it's all good. Goodbye, Mr. Williams. Good night, sweet prince.